Hey, what's up? This is Casey with another episode of the show Don't Have a Name For. Today's shirt of the day is a nice gray collared shirt because I'm at work and I just finished teaching my last class of this summer school session. Say that 10 times fast. Um, so I just finished teaching TOEIC. TOEIC is a standardized test for English as a second language learners. This is a very difficult, stressful, and I think honestly a useless test for English as a second language learners. A lot of this stuff makes the students really stressed out. They use some outdated language, they use mispronounced words, they use different accents. So in question one, they might use somebody from the USA. Question number two, it might be somebody from Australia. Question number three might be somebody that speaks English, but speaks English with a Japanese accent. It might be somebody who talks really fast. It might be somebody with a lisp. So it's a very difficult test. You take this test usually in a room full of people. Obviously, right now is 2020 with the coronavirus. So you can take it at home, but usually you take it within a group of people, and there are so many people talking, and you're sitting right next to somebody. Sometimes the equipment isn't very good, and sometimes you got to just listen to some dude sitting right next to you talking. So one tip and trip I like to tell people is make sure your microphone and your headphones are working. So I'm just going to go through the test and talk about each part of the test and just try to give you some tips and tricks and hints on how to make this test a little bit easier. Obviously, having a good grasp of English gives you the best working knowledge of this. But there are different sections, and they're all a little bit different, and they test a little bit different things. So we're going to talk about the third part of the test, and this is responding to questions. So they're going to ask 3 questions, and they're all kind of sort of similar about something. So it's all usually like a phone interview. Okay, so they made somebody's calling your house and they're doing a survey about this. They're doing a poll about that. They're calling, about something. And you have to just talk for a little bit. The first 2 questions, you get a few seconds to think and you get 15 seconds to talk. The last question, you get 30 seconds to talk. All right, so let's look at this. You don't get very much time to prepare. They ask you a question, beep, and then you start talking. So this is one thing I don't like about this test is in some countries we pronounce it leisure, in some countries we pronounce it leisure. So, and some of my students just didn't know what this word meant. So it doesn't really matter if you know what leisure or leisure means because the question doesn't have anything to do about it. But some of my students just struggled and were confused and upset about this. So we'll take the test, I'll give you my answer. What is your favorite hobby and how often do you do it? Okay. My favorite hobby is reading. I usually read every single day. I also read when I'm exercising. I read and exercise at the same time. I like to read and use the cardio machine. Everybody in my family has always read. So my mom always gave me books. My grandmother always gave me books. So I guess I always had an interest in reading when I was young. I'm just going to, my student actually gave a great answer. So I'm just going to steal his answer. I think the best way to get information about leisure activities is just to use the internet because there are so many different websites and opinions and videos and news articles that you can find all different types of information on the leisure activities. Okay, so that's some of these uh, questions that they will ask you. Here are, I'll read one other set. So blah blah blah. There's a firm doing research. How often do you see a doctor? Beep. I see a doctor. Never. I don't like to go see doctors. I see doctors once a week because I'm a hypochondriac. I see a doctor every 3 months because I have epilepsy. Okay. Next question. Do you use home remedies or prescription drugs when you are sick? So this was a hard question because some of my students didn't know what a home remedy was. So a home remedy is, if you're sick, you have a headache, you drink a cup of tea with lemon in it. If you have a stomach ache, you eat this. Your head hurts, you put ice on top of it. That's a home remedy. It's not real medicine. Um, so, do you use home remedies or prescription drugs when you are sick? So, half the time when I'm teaching TOEIC, I have to teach what do these words mean? They might not know what a home remedy is. So, I say, do you use home remedies or prescription drugs when you are sick? I like to use, first, I'll use a home remedy. And if that doesn't work, then I'll go to the doctor and get prescription drugs. Hopefully that works. Beep. What do you think is the worst part about being sick? Beep. I think the worst part about being sick is missing work and all the, I don't like to feel bad and have a headache and get other people sick. Okay. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope this helps if you're taking the TOEIC exam. I hope you enjoy this little series. I hope you never have to take the TOEIC exam. I hope you're enjoying this part. If you ever have questions about English or English as a second language, or anything else to do with learning English, go ahead and ask me. I'm happy to help out. Okay. Thanks a lot. You're the best. Bye.